All right. Avengers Doomsday trailer dropped yesterday. So you're going to hear my yapping thoughts, okay? And once again, I said this in the last video. And if you watched it, obviously, probably not. So basically, I'm going to try to do bullet points now because I said this last night when I started this for the first time, that I didn't want to, that I wanted to be like as least scripted as possible. But you know what? Fuck it, we ball. I got to keep it concise. So let's start off with Doom. Dude. For starters, we had like the suit itself has been leaked for like over a year now. So I already know the suit is peak. We didn't get like a super good look at it like in person, but overall it looks cool. It looks cool. You know what I'm saying? The mask looks cool. He looks menacing. He's got some aura. You know what I'm saying? He's cool. The voice, I really like the accent that RDJ is doing. I was talking to myself about this earlier. I was saying we're not like, for one thing, because I was watching a theory video and he was saying, I wonder if he's going to keep the mask on the whole time. And I'm like, they're not paying RDJ 80 mil for one movie. For one movie to have a mask on the whole time. That would quite literally be the dumbest thing possible. If they don't show his face, there's absolutely zero reason to get him back or pay him that much. Okay, so yeah. So Doom, he's sick, all right? Fantastic Four. Dude, Now, I'm not gonna LARP and say like I'm a D1 Fantastic Four fan, obviously, but last year's movie made me a big fan. I will say that because I'd seen the first movie from 2005. It was solid. It was alright, but Johnny Storm was really cool. I really like that's still my Johnny. I gotta be honest. Like Chris Evans, he's still my Johnny. I really like the hot-headed guy, but like I still like that the new Johnny. He's just not a fucking retard. But yeah. So. Is that, what, anywho, maybe I should cut that out. Yeah, so basically the new Johnny isn't stupid, but yeah. So yeah, the Fantastic Four, they look cool. Seeing them interact with the Avengers, and I'll get to those in a second, but seeing them like in the same room as the Avengers is actually so cool. I know we haven't had like a trilogy of a new Avengers and Fantastic Four films. That would have made it so much cooler because, build up and whatnot, but that's not the world we're living in. All right. This is the kind of battle we're just getting thrust into it and just, fuck it, we ball. So yeah, F4, they look cool. Now, Avengers with a Z, the Thunderbolts, they look cool. I mean, same as the post-credit scene, like they're all in Avengers Tower. Avengers Tower, we finally got a nice big wide shot of it in the city. Dude, it looks sick. I love the new logo. It looks really cool. So yeah, new Avengers, they look cool. Someone get Alexi in his suit. We don't need him. We don't need him in that fuck-ass jumpsuit. All right, now, I said this earlier. I'm going to talk about the Avengers themselves. Not with a Z, not the Thunderbolts, but the Avengers themselves. Like Sam's Avengers. This has got to be the sorriest lineup I've ever seen in my life. Shang-Chi, Sam Wilson as Captain America, Falcon, Joaquin Torres, and Ant-Man, and Thor. Dear basketball. Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? No, obviously it's not confirmed. That's like the official. Oh yeah, I guess, and Shuri, Black Panther. Well, I'll get to them in a second. But still, that's ass. That's very bad. That's very bad. It's not official or anything, but dude, it's just Sam, Ant-Man, and Joaquin. Like, bro, what are we doing? Okay, so yeah, Namor and Black Panther, or the Wakandans, they look cool. I finally got to see the finished VFX in the desert where, like, because we got in the trailer description from CinemaCon that Namor had kind of like parted the seas in a way or something like that. So yeah, that's a cool visual, that is nice. And, we see them going against each other in the trailer, so obviously either Namor's taking Doom's side or he's just on his own agenda. Either way, Namor's up to some fuck shit. Which is crazy because at the end of BB2, he was like, we're going to make an alliance. We're going to work together. Okay. All right, bro. Okay, now, Loki. He's only in it for 2 shots, technically. Dude, I'm so happy to see my GOAT back. I love Loki Season 2 so much. That genuinely carried my junior year, bro. Or first semester. I miss it so much. The score by Natalie Holt, so beautiful. Purpose is glorious. It's just banger. I can guarantee you've heard it on TikTok. Anywho, Loki, he looks awesome. Shang-Chi. About time they remember he exists, because they got Destin Daniel Cretton doing Spider-Man and Wonder Man. One of them is really good. One of them is about to come out, and I believe it's going to be really good. Cool. Get him back on Shang-Chi too, bro. It's been 5 years. It has been 5 years since we have seen him. He should have been one of the new faces. I don't care if this movie didn't make that much. It was 2021. Very barely no, we were in the pandemic. We were still in the pandemic. I remember at the time it made that much. Everyone was like super hyped up. But now in the grand scheme of things, 400 mil is kind of just an average for a Marvel movie now, which is kind of, wow, that is not good. Yeah. Okay, now Steve Rogers returning. My thoughts on this. So I get why they're doing it. Same thing with RDJ. You know, they're really just trying to make this a sequel to Endgame. So that, if anything, a lot of people's first introductions to all these characters, like F4, freaking Namor even, and then obviously Doom, and then the Thunderbolts, like a lot of them, and Shang-Chi, a lot of the people who are gonna watch this movie, it's their first introduction to these characters, which is fair, I guess. But yeah, back to Steve. I get why they're using him as a narrative point because of the time travel stuff. It makes sense that they're tying it back to Endgame. That makes sense because that's what everyone knows. Everyone knows Endgame. Everyone knows Endgame. Everyone's seen Endgame. And the fact that they're making that the most important, that makes sense. But I don't know, bringing Steve back, but I'm fine with him coming back for like a 30-minute chunk of the movie. But it seems like he's going to be just a key player based off the poster, and I don't love that. Like, I really want the new characters to be able to stand on their own, which they can if they're written well and interacted well. It's just that that Marvel fumbled, bro. They fumbled the bag. But yeah, Thor, dude, my goat is back. Taika Waititi, please stay away from him, respectfully. I loved Ragnarok, but we don't need to talk about Love and Thunder. But yeah, Thor, he's finally got some aura back. The VFX shots are a little shoddy on the two. Ooh, bro, dude. Oh my God. When Doom stops that bitch with 2 fingers, bro. Absolute cinema. But yeah, yeah, Thor's back. He's rallying the gang together. I love to see it. I love to see the Shakespearean Thor back, giving the pep talks and shit. I love to see it. It's great. And the X-Men. So the X-Men are back. Now obviously I didn't actually no, what am I talking about? I grew up on the X-Men. Yeah. Like watching clips on YouTube, but still. So yeah, James Marsden is back in the yellow and blue, fucking finally. Now everyone's being weird about Mystique. Now I finally saw like a full picture version of the suit. She doesn't have a great suit, and the hair isn't great. But I completely understand why they're doing it. She's how old is Rebecca remain? Like 60s, 50s, 60s. I wouldn't want to, just have my shit hanging out painted blue. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to do that either. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, and I can't wait to see Beast. They haven't shown Beast yet. I want to see Beast so bad because I know he's in the movie. But yeah, and the final thing I want to talk about is people doing like the AI claims. Honestly, I completely get it. When I first watched the trailer, I was like, some of the shots looked like not video gamey, but they didn't really look like it was a movie shot. Now, obviously, it's unfinished VFX and stuff like that, but specifically, it was the shot of Stormbreaker in the foreground, and then you rack focus to Doom in the background, and it had this really weird camera shake, and it was moving up and down really weirdly, like it was a hovering camera, like AI. That I get why some people think that, and also the first shot with Doom, where he's like looking up and the lens flare comes in. It's just a little off, but I consider that unfinished VFX, in my opinion. And also just like it's a completely different cinematography style. Speaking of, I forgot who's shooting the movie, the DP. Dude, he's doing a fucking bang up job. I knew it was going to look good from Thunderbolts, from the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four post-credit scenes, because you can tell different lenses, different lightings and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it looks very good. It's a very good looking movie. Way better than a lot of the Marvel stuff that has come out. But yeah. So yeah, no, like the AI stuff, it's a bit blown out of proportion. But yeah. So overall, my thoughts on the trailer, I thought it was a good trailer. Everyone's being like, oh, that didn't move me at all. I completely understand that feeling, honestly, because it's just not the same. Because it didn't have the build-up. It doesn't have the same characters that we're attached to because Marvel didn't do the hard work to do that. You know what I'm saying? They just, were very reactionary in some instances, like the Eternals. Well, no, the Eternals not being continued makes sense. But I enjoyed Eternals, by the way. I'm an Eternals defender. Fuck y'all. All right? Eternals was good. But yeah. So yeah, overall, I give the trailer like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Like, it wasn't making me jump out of my seat, but it was also the first thing I saw when I woke up. So I was very excited. And I did record my reaction. You're not going to see it. I was in my underwear, but still. Yeah. Anywho,